For years, Donald Trump and his MAGA supporters spent much of Joe Biden's presidency slamming the Democrat for his age, questioning whether he was fit to lead the United States. Now, Trump is facing the very same scrutiny that Republicans once unleashed on Biden. Trump is now seen dozing off at press briefings, cabinet meetings, NBA playoffs, and even bilateral meetings. Now, a radio commentator has hit out at MAGA supporters over what he alleged was their hypocrisy on Trump's health condition. Radio commentator David Pakman claimed during his show on Tuesday that the U.S. president was now exhibiting exactly the issues that Republicans latched onto to go after Biden. Trump was in the Oval Office on Monday, honoring a 16-year-old lifeguard and the 10-year-old whose life he saved. Pakman pointed to what he claimed was a prompt card with details of his guests and a schedule for the meeting. Donald Trump was photographed using a cheat sheet, the exact same type of cheat sheet that Joe Biden was using when they said it's proof that he's got dementia. Pakman said, and I quote, "Donald Trump was photographed using a cheat sheet, the exact same type of cheat sheet that Joe Biden was using when they said it's proof that he's got dementia." Pakman questioned, why did the Republicans not scrutinize Trump's cards? According to the Daily Beast website, Pakman said, and I quote, "This is exactly the type of thing that Republicans used to say Biden had dementia. The pictures would be circled in red. Biden needs pictures to know who he's with. Fox News would be running it continuously, and right-wing influencers would be saying, did Biden know where he was? Did Biden know who he was with?" However, Pakman later said that presidents being given prompts by their staff is just sort of like protocol. A card with names and pictures does not prove cognitive decline, he added. Trump's health condition has come under scrutiny after a doctor raised questions about the president's well-being. Jonathan Rayner, a professor of medicine and surgery at George Washington University, claimed in a New York Times opinion piece claiming that the president had not looked well. Rayner raised several questions, including the involvement of 22 medical specialists for evaluation. He also questioned the reported aspirin dosage and whether it could explain the recurring bruising on Trump's hands. The doctor also questioned why was Trump's leg swelling described as chronic and whether his apparent daytime sleepiness been medically assessed. Outgoing press secretary Karoline Leavitt shared a video of Trump from an event, but social media users quickly shifted attention to an apparent lower body bulge, fueling crude diaper claims.
The timing is certainly raising eyebrows. Leavitt announced her White House exit, Trump praised her as a top advisor, and then came the video that sent the internet into a frenzy. What looked like a touching moment with grieving parents quickly became a viral spectacle as users began zooming in, mocking Trump's appearance, and unleashing brutal diaper claims. There is no proof the video was deliberately shared as revenge, but that hasn't stopped the internet from declaring Leavitt's farewell anything but friendly. The video shows Trump leaving a stage during an appearance in New York and walking toward the parents of a 12-year-old boy who was killed by a stray bullet in the Bronx. The child was Jacob, whose parents, Migdalia Martinez and retired NYPD Sergeant Jesus Freitas, were seen embracing Trump during the emotional on-camera moment. The video, used to accuse Leavitt of attacking Trump, was shared by the outgoing press secretary, with Karoline first sharing the moment with 340,000 followers on X before it rapidly spread around the world. Karoline Leavitt described the encounter as a beautiful impromptu moment, but online viewers had something else on their minds. Instead of concentrating only on Trump's emotional meeting with the grieving parents, social media users began zooming in on his lower body and what they claimed looked like an unusual outline beneath his clothing. the reactions quickly turned brutal. One commenter mocked the apparent shape, writing, "That box is to catch the shitty diaper overflow." Another simply declared, "Trump wearing a big diaper." Others went even further, posting, "It was a diaper, and 100% proof that Trump is wearing diapers." The video itself does not establish that Trump was wearing a diaper, and the online claims remain speculation and mockery from social media users. The speculation comes against a much larger backdrop of turmoil surrounding the Trump administration. Claims circulating online have also alleged that Leavitt was left aboard Air Force One with journalists during an Iran-related security scare while Trump departed on another aircraft. Those claims have been used online to build a narrative that Leavitt was furious with Trump before her resignation. Karoline Leavitt's shock White House departure is being dragged into a bizarre new controversy after reports revealed she was among more than 100 staffers and reporters left aboard an Air Force One decoy plane during Donald Trump's secret escape from Turkey. Leavitt announced that she will leave her position as White House press secretary at the end of August, just weeks after returning to the job following maternity leave. The 28-year-old had been one of Trump's most aggressive and loyal defenders from the White House briefing room, and that is exactly why the timing of her departure has triggered so much speculation online. The incident happened during Trump's July trip to Turkey for the NATO Leaders Summit. According to reports, Trump was initially seen publicly boarding Air Force One at Ankara Airport, but behind the scenes, the U.S. president was reportedly moved away from the aircraft as security officials dealt with concerns over a potential Iranian threat.
Well, it's only up to Secret Service. I just follow what they'd like to do. So I go by Secret Service and the military. They wanted me to go on a different flight, a different plane. Equal safety, but they wanted me to do it, so I do it. I do what they say.
Why did they want you to do that?
I guess there was a threat out there. I didn't really ask them much about it. I get a lot of threats.
Turkey flight, Air Force One still flew out of Turkey with press and with White House officials on it. How much is
Well, this one went over to England, where it was shown to the
Well, they're
soldiers.
still at risk, even though
No, I know, but this one went over to England because the soldiers wanted to see it.
Right, the one
And it
that-
stopped, and they showed it to the soldiers, and we did a switch over there. And it was really as per the military, and I just have to do what they say. They go for safety, and I have to do what they say.
Why was it too dangerous for you to fly on Air Force One, but
Well,
not
I don't
too
know.
dangerous
I
for the
think
press?
actually the plane that I flew on was at greater risk.
Why
I think
do
it
you
was
say
at
that?
greater risk because that would be the plane I think that they would be more likely to go for.
The operation was allegedly concealed using an airport catering truck. Meanwhile, staff and members of the press pool were left believing that Trump was still aboard the main Air Force One aircraft. That aircraft then operated as a decoy, and according to CBS News, more than 100 staff members and reporters were aboard that plane, including Karoline Leavitt. A video has since surfaced appearing to show Leavitt aboard the Air Force One decoy aircraft at Ankara Airport on the evening of July 8th. That revelation has now added fuel to the online theory surrounding her sudden departure. The theory is dramatic. Did Leavitt discover that she and other passengers were being left aboard a plane that could potentially have been targeted while Trump was secretly whisked away to safety? There is no confirmation that this is why Leavitt resigned. There is also no public evidence establishing that Leavitt believed she had been deliberately put in danger. But that has not stopped social media from connecting the dots. One post claimed the episode showed Trump's loyalty only goes one way. Another called the timing interesting, pointing out that Leavitt was aboard the decoy aircraft and is now preparing to leave the White House. And some critics went even further, accusing Trump of cowardice and arguing that his security operation effectively left journalists and staff behind as potential decoys. One post claimed the episode proved Trump had no problem walking over others as long as he avoided danger himself. Those are online reactions and allegations, not established facts, but the circumstances surrounding the flight switch are real enough to raise questions. While he was quietly moved to a military jet over an alleged Iranian threat, reporters and staff were left aboard a Decoy Air Force One. Trump's secret escape from Turkey is now raising explosive questions.